Good morning. I think I'm a little late to knowing of this yarn's existence, but as soon as I found out about it, I placed an order. And surprisingly, all of the yarn came in one box. Usually when I order from Joann's or Michael's, although I don't do it very often, it comes in like a bunch of different packages, but this time it came all in one box. So I got Wisteria, which is purple and white. I got, which one was this? This is Daisy Dew. And then I got Bluebell. I got Forget Me Not. And then I think my favorite is this one. I almost wonder if I should have just gotten like 3 of these instead of a bunch of different colors, but this is Black Dahlia. Yeah, so I'm excited to try this out. I think I'm gonna bring back Black Dahlia with me. Today is Christmas Eve, so I'm thinking of bringing just this one with me, and maybe I can start working and trying out this yarn. But we'll see if I even get to that today, because we're going to 2 different family things. One for my side of the family and one for his. But yeah, I think I'm gonna bring Black Dahlia with me. I really like the dark kind of color scheme. Alright, good morning. It is December 27th. I'm working on my second granny square of the Flower Power yarn. I finished the first one. I probably didn't do the best job on it because I was crocheting it during like Christmas stuff that was going on, and it was really difficult to read the pattern in such, let me show you this, such small print. It made it really hard to keep track of where I was on this. So I did type this out in a Word document, and my husband's gonna print it out for me. It's spaced farther apart, and it'll be easier to read printed out rather than trying to read the pattern from this tiny little label. Anyways, so I'll get that today. My husband had to go to work today, so he only had to work Monday this week and then Friday with Christmas in the middle. So he has to work today, but he'll be back, and after work he'll get it printed for me. But I just had to say, the Forget Me Not colorway is so cute. I love this one. It's just so bright and happy and cheerful. And I really love this one because I like dark moody colors. So like, I really like this colorway, and I thought it was going to be my favorite. But as I'm working on this, like just the little pop of yellow, and I don't like the color yellow, but in the context of like a flower and the beautiful, like it's showing up a little more muted. The blue in person is more of a bright baby bluish kinda, but it's so cute in person, and it's bringing me such happiness working on this. This is my second time making the pattern, so I'm understanding it a lot better. I was a little confused because I don't think I've ever made a granny square other than the typical granny square, with the clusters of 3 double crochets. So it felt kind of difficult when I was working on this, especially with all the distractions going on, because people were talking and stuff, and I was just like sitting at the couch or whatever while people were talking and stuff during Christmas, working on this for a bit. So I was a little distracted. It was hard to read the tiny print, and it was a new pattern that I hadn't made before, so I was a little confused and distracted while making that one. But I'm here making this one in bed, and it is so enjoyable. Like, it's a lot less difficult this time around, especially since I did type it up, and I'm looking at what I typed up. It's in a larger print, and I spaced it better so I can keep track of where I am easier. So this second granny square is being very much a pleasant experience. More so than when I was doing the first one, just because of everything going on. But yeah, I'm really liking this yarn so far. 10 out of 10. This colorway, I didn't expect to like it this much, but it's just so happy and cheerful. I like it. Alright, so I have crocheted 2 of these granny squares so far. I really love how cute this one is. Super adorable. So far I've done a forget-me-not square and a black dahlia square. I'm going to try to make one of each of these at least for this video, but I will be continuing to crochet these until I use up all the skeins eventually throughout the new year. We'll see how long it takes me. But I do want to do at least one of each of these yarns before the end of this video. Alright, I just finished the Wisteria colorway, so I've done Black Dahlia, Wisteria, and Forget Me Not. Tammy's right here waiting. It's a good boy. Are you tired? Sleepy boy. Okay, so I've done 3 of the 5 colorways so far. I still need to do, I believe this is Daisy Dew. I don't remember the color of this one. Maybe it was Bluebell? Anyways, but I need to make those ones now. Oh, I also I ordered a board for blocking granny squares, and that should get here tomorrow. Because these don't look like the most like squared out, and I think they really need that. So I used some money that I got for Christmas to order that. And yeah, okay, I'm gonna put these aside and get ready to crochet the next one. I think I want to do this one. This one's Daisy Dew, right? Yes, Daisy Dew. Alright, so I just finished the first Daisy Dew granny square, and I'm a little confused because when I finished the other ones, there was a super long tail until it hit the next color transition. But for Daisy Dew, like, the beginning color of the next one kind of ran into the end. And hopefully this next one won't be off. Anyways, let me know if this happened to anyone else on the Daisy Dew color. Maybe there's some slight variation, but I was really happy that they left me with a ton of tail of the last color on the other 3 skeins. But on this one, this tail's gonna have to be like, I just cut it really short because it feels like the next color started for this middle part way sooner than the last one. Interesting. Alright, I'm going to show you an example. Like for this purple one, this was the tail of the last color before it switched to the starting color of the next one. On this one had a super long tail, and so did this one. So I'm kind of confused on why the tail for Daisy Dew was so short. Oh well, we'll see. Alright, These are the 4 colors I've done so far next to each other. I'm gonna pull out the last color and get started on that one. The next color is Bluebell. Alright, so I just did the last slip stitch of the Forget-Me-Not? Wait. No, the other one was Forget-Me-Not. This is Bluebell, of the Bluebell colorway. And this is when the color transition happened. It's not as long as the Black Dahlia, the Wisteria, and the Forget-Me-Not, but it's way longer than the Daisy Do one. At least there was plenty of excess. But I figured I'd show that since I just finished this one while I was listening to some YouTube videos. Yeah, so now I've done a granny square of each of the colorways that I got. I almost wish I got more of like one color than like 5 different colors, but I do like each one that I did get. I don't know, we'll see, because I'm thinking of turning, I haven't made up my mind yet, but I'm thinking of turning these into a blanket. I'm wondering if it would have looked better if I like only used like 2 colors for a blanket rather than 5 different colorways. But anyways, we'll see. We'll see. Good morning. It's now time for me to conclude my review on this granny square yarn. This is all of the squares that I made so far out of it, and I really did enjoy it. I liked it more than the last granny square version that Red Heart put out. Let's see, I made 1, 2. Okay, so I made 15 squares so far. I will continue to make the rest until the yarn runs out, and then I think I'll make a blanket out of it, maybe. All of the colors worked up great for me, except the Daisy Do. The tail. Whenever I've made 2 of them, but the tail on it is so short. On all of the other ones, the tail's super long, gives you plenty of room if you need to weave in the ends or whatever. But in the Daisy Do color, it's like so tiny. So that's the only color I had problems with, was that was this one. See how tiny this little end is? And it ran into the beginning color of the next one here. The yellow should have been at the beginning of the next square, but that gray ran out like just before I even finished the first granny square. So be cautious of getting the Daisy Do colorway, but all of the other ones were great. The Wisteria, which is the purple one, is fine. The other gray one was fine. You might notice that I did a bunch of the darker blue color, which was the Bluebell colorway. For some reason I was enjoying that blue color so much, I just wanted to keep making them. So I really enjoyed this Bluebell color. I got a little bit of Christmas money and I used that to get this board so that I could actually block granny squares properly, and it's been really nice. So as I finished them, I just started putting them on this, and here they are. So that's my review. They worked out great. The pattern is more difficult than the basic granny square, but I do actually have it memorized now because I've made it, 15 times? Something like that. How many did I say I did? I forgot. I made about 15 of them over the weekend, I think. Anyways, good yarn. Very pleasant. I like the outcome. I'm gonna make a blanket out of it eventually. Okay, bye.